Okay, so what we have right here is actually a project that is based on it's a DDoS project. So what we have created is a command control center, which is living in a Kali Linux machine. And what we're trying to do is actually we're going to attack a website that is hosted this port on this port 10.0.2.15. The default port is 80, so we have done port forwarding in this server, and that server is this one. Right now it's receiving no request or any TCP packets at all, so it's kind of like in an idle state. Nobody is actually doing any kind of request to it. So what we're going to do, and we also have an application up and running already. So obviously it is this website, right? Okay, so what we are looking for to do is to see the resources being used by it. So what we have in this side are attacker machines. So the attacker machines are these things. So this is one attacker machine. Is actually a netbot that is all trying to connect to the server, which isn't running yet, but is going to try to connect to this server in a for loop until it makes a connection. So that'll be one server. Then we have a Remnux server as well. So these three servers are installed a netbot, which is going to establish a connection once the CCC is up and running. So what we're going to do is to initialize it, right? So we're going to put this like so. We're going to make it a little bit smaller, and we're going to initialize the CCC. And so I'm going to avoid playing the music, although I can actually. Well, actually you have a menu option there for playing music, but I'm not going to use it, although it's fun. And what we're going to do is to start the server, and we're going to see it's a for loop of 5 seconds. So within 5 seconds, these guys are going to connect. They're already there. We can list the connections by pressing 5, so we know that these are the IPs of the bots. If we want to perform the attack, obviously we first need to enter a type of attack. So for example, let's start with the killer one. So that's number 6, which is the fast HTTP attack. And then we need to enter the target parameter, so meaning that we need to enter the IP address of this guy. So we know it's this guy, right? So it's 10.0.2.15, so it's this guy. And what we're going to do is to try to attack it. So let me just reflect that here. Okay, so you're going to see how this is working. So I'm going to enter that. The port is actually something that you don't even need to worry about, but what we're going to do here, or what can we see, is that all of them already attacking. I'm just going to make sure that actually is, for some reason this actually was not attacking, so let's try that again. 6 and then 3. Okay, and so the 3 of them are actually performing an HTTP perf. And so if we see the CPU utilization, let's just clean that up just to make sure that it is like so. Then we can see that the 100% of the resources of this computer are being used. So if we were to refresh this page, we should be able to see a delay in the response. And that's true, right? There is a delay in the response. However, even when the resources are being consumed almost like 100%, we're going to make it even better. So what we're going to do is to do also some fast HTTP attacks. We're going to create countless connections. We're going to target the same server, and we're going to be spawning 5,000 connections per second. So we're going to do that here, 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 and here. And if we do that, then we should also see the IP traffic going crazy here, right? So these are the entries that we're having. And then what we're going to do, actually, there is something else that we can do with this thing. We can have the LAN monitor, and I'm sorry, not the LAN monitor, but the detail interfaces statistics. And so here we can see the packets that are being sent, and it is actually quite laggy. So that's actually a good sign. It means that it's actually working. So if we go to the Windows 8 and try to refresh this thing, then most likely we should see a delay. Best case scenario, the server is taken down, so we'll see. Okay, so it's not enough. So what we're going to do now is actually conduct the attack almost at once. Alright, so let's just be prepared here. Let's stop the attacks everywhere. So you can see that in all of the bots are actually gonna work in this way. Right, so all of them are waiting instructions. So first I'm going to say, okay, well then, Let's do the same attack again, fast HTTP, and let's start the attack here. Okay, let's do that in here, in here, in here, and also in here. And let's just spawn one more connection, honestly. Sudo Kali, and then HTTP pair. Okay, good. Now, if I were to refresh that page, hopefully it is taken down. But basically, this is what it comes down to: DDoS attacks. So basically, this server that we're using only has one core, and it has at most 500, gigabytes of memory. So it's almost nothing. Now, let me try to do something else. Let me try to sign up in here and see what we get. So here we should be able to see this, being refreshed. And it's taking quite some time though. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. Yeah, it's taking forever. So let's actually take a look at the network, or in here even better. And it says connection timeout. So literally the connection timeout, which is a good sign, And so, yep, the server has been taken down. That's basically what it came down to, right? So fell to low. Well, yeah, that's it. So that's actually DOS, and for you. Now let's stop this attack. So let's stop every single one of these guys in here. Okay, and then let's stop also with the rest of the attacks. So at this moment, this server should be good to go, should be up and running, right? So we can actually see PM2 logs for 0, so we can see the logs. So right now it's not being attacked. If we were to refresh this thing, then yes, this is going to work. So 1, 2, 3, 6. And yes, we're signed in, right? Okay, perfect. But now what if I were to go back? What if I were to enter this thing again? And then we're gonna see the logs in here and what's going on. So let's just make sure that we perform this attack one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then set up the attack. It's fast HTTP attack, and then start the attack again. So all of them should be attacking the server, honestly, pretty much. I'm going to hold it though, and I'm going to do this again just to make sure that it is like so. Okay, so here we can see the server going crazy, right? So what we're going to do is to sign up in here. Okay, so the login has been sent, right? There is a pending request. Just send this again. Okay, this is another pending request, and so we're going to see actually if at some point this times out, and it does, right? So yep,